in, and I'd say we get started in a few minutes. Really cool topic today, to be honest with you. I think that this sort of thing, this NFT space is so fresh, so being able to talk about some of the hardships that new people experience coming into the space is, I think, going to be a really good one. So we'll give a few more minutes for people to jump in, and then we'll get going.
Okay, maybe we can, I don't know, put some music a little bit until people are coming in. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do that from your end?
Let me. I mean, I'll just pick something, you know?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay.
From myself dreaming, it's over and gone.
Opala, what's going on?
Quite liking that. It's vibey on this Friday.
From myself dreaming.
Not going on. No, but I think the people are coming.
From myself dreaming.
There we go.
Over and gone.
Better this time. No. Never mind.
It's a good idea, though. If we can sort it out maybe for the next one, then we'll try and do that for sure.
For all our technological advancements, there's always an issue, right?
Yeah.
There has to be, doesn't there? All right. Yeah, we'll give it 2 more minutes or so, let a few more people jump in, and then we'll get going.
So we're coming towards the weekend, huh?
Yeah, coming towards the weekend. I haven't really got any plans apart from DAW, so those are my weekend plans.
Most of us, I think, that's the situation, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But I enjoy my weekends on DAW, so...
Yeah, for sure. How can you not?
Yeah, how can you not? For the community that we have, unbelievable. Our community are amazing.
That's for sure. And also, Art Basel is coming. A lot of activities in Miami.
Yeah.
Every day I learn on a new conference, new gathering. It's going to be exciting there.
Really, really starting to kick off this whole space. Yeah, and I really think, what was it? The NFT NYC event that was recently. Yeah. That I've only heard good things about.
So Gardner, you're going to be in Miami, right?
Yes.
When do you get there?
Sorry?
When are you getting to Miami?
The morning on the 28th of November.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't know.
Hopefully some of our community will get to come and say hi.
Yes, for sure. I'll be there for 8 days until the 5th or 6th, I think. It's going to be exciting. Actually, it's going to be an amazing time during Miami, the first week of the summer.
Definitely. I wish I could be there, to be honest with you. That would be awesome. I've never been to an NFT event like that. It's not as common over here in Europe as I think it is in the US.
I think that NFT NYC was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. The first big one, so to say.
Yeah. I definitely think so. I think it was the first big one.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
right.
Should we start?
Should we get going then? I think we've got a few minutes now for people to join in. So let's
go.
Let's get going. So first of all, thank you everyone for jumping in. Obviously, this is the second Twitter Spaces. We had our Discord AMA on Wednesday, and thank you everyone who tuned in so far to both of those, the Twitter Spaces and the AMA. We've had some great feedback, some great ideas, and we've had the chance to really discuss with you guys what is going on. So thank you everyone for jumping into those. Now, today, and Gardner and Morgan, thank you guys for jumping on the Spaces. Really appreciate it. I know, Gardner, you're very busy, and Morgan as well. So thank you for jumping on the Spaces today as well.
Cool.
Now, we wanted to talk about today about some of the hardships and the struggles that new people coming into this space are having at the moment. it's something I experienced when I first came into the NFT space, and I'm sure it's something that a lot of people experience a bit of a struggle when they don't really know what's going on yet, getting into this space. So, yeah, I mean, I found it very hard to find the reliable resources that I needed to be profitable in this space, let alone just understand it. I mean, yeah. What do you guys think about it? I struggled first coming in, and now I know because of the helpful community the NFT space is. But what was it like for you coming into the NFT space?
Morgan, what do you say?
I would love to hear Gardner's experience.
Me?
Because he's been here a lot longer than some of us. So yeah, I'd love to hear about what your experience was like getting into this space.
Yeah, so I can tell you, I've been here since I think it was January, February, and then as I do all the time, as I just started to, I decided to jump into the water. So I, in a way, collaborated or worked with a friend artist, and we made, our first NFT, so to say. I mean, he made, not me. I mean, it was just a joint effort. And then, he worked it out, but it didn't really work with one of the, those bigger platforms, so to say. And he didn't know how to, we actually didn't know how to, to stand out. I mean, so many artists, so many works. So this was the beginning. And then, moving forward, I learned a lot. I mean, one of the first artists that I looked at was on Variable. The name of the user was Lirona. And, I was following her just from the beginning. I mean, now I know it's a her. It's a she. And, the months of February, she just got in on February. And February, March, she sold around $2 million of art on Variable. I mean, she was the highest selling artist on Variable. And I was just looking at it and saying, how
That's incredible.
Did she make it? I mean, what did she do correct? And then by mistake, someone connected me to, he told me, listen, I want to introduce you to an artist. They live in Los Angeles, and it was her. So they connected me to her by mistake, actually. And she's one of my favorite artists. I think she's a superstar. She also sold on Sotheby's like 2 weeks ago. So in a way, I was there from the beginning. I didn't understand really what I'm doing, so I didn't buy then. Now her NFTs are sold for 20, 30s, one-of-ones. But I'm in contact with her. She's an amazing artist. And since then, what I've been doing is I've been gathering a list. I mean, every time I went into different platforms and gathered a list of artists that I like their art and so on. So I have like a huge list of 200 artists that I follow, which is quite amazing. And this was, my way of going in. And then Desperate Apewives came. It was like my first big project.
That's incredible. You, Gardner, you come from like the traditional art world, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Like, how would you say, maybe what are some of the similarities coming into this space and some of the major differences that you've noticed?
I think that it's a very good question, actually. I think that the similarities are that you immediately can identify who are the biggest players. I mean, and in the NFT world, who are the biggest collectors within the space that all the others are being influenced by. I mean, let's say if, 888 or 33 would buy your NFT, I mean, I'm sure that the prices of the NFT will skyrocket, and then everybody will, in a way, FOMO in, but it's not like a FOMO, it's more of a like, if he thinks it's correct, and if he see the value in your NFT, it's probably is valuable. And there is, in the traditional art market, it's also like this. If big collectors or foundations or even museums, if they have your art, so you are considered a blue chip. So I do think that this is similar. I think that, what is different in a way is that in the NFT world, there is no galleries. There are curated platforms. Nifty Gateway, was one of the most valuable so-called gallery / platform at the beginning. I think that now they're less considered as such. But I think that what's missing in the NFT space is those galleries that will help artists promote themselves. Because gallerists are, most of the time, they are businessmen and collectors, but they know how to push, they know what to do, where to expose your art, and sometimes it's very difficult for artists to do so themselves, create the art and push themselves. I think that it's two different things. So I think that it's not yet so-called fixed in the NFT space. I'm sure that it will come with time, both from the technological point of view and the actual people that will be able to work with artists. These are the two main differences, I think.
Wow, it's awesome to hear about the difference from the physical art perspective. It's that's really, really cool. And also a great question. Never heard it being asked before. Nice one. That was cool.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I see somebody's actually requested right now, and I'm assuming it's because they've got a question in regards to the real art side of things. Is that right? Sure. Luce, should we let them in? And
yes, why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what Luce has to say. I'm just added them as a speaker. Shouldn't be too long. There we go. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Luce. What's happening?
Not much. I'm just going through my morning. I'm just hopping in, joining in the discussion, and I hear Gabe talking about like physical, digital, and digital galleries, and I've been around in the NFT space since about March, and I jumped in, like he was saying, right into the physical digital art gallery space, and I just love to hear that that's where people are wanting this to go, because that's basically been my mission from day one, is bringing either the physical galleries into the digital space, or bringing the digital artists into a digital gallery. Already having built one, I'm looking at building another one on the western side of Canada now, and we're talking about onboarding and how to get people into the space, and like I successfully onboarded like a good friend of mine into your collection, and she grabbed four Apewives, and
wow, nice.
I have my own little collections going, and I'm just a creator, curator, and I love the discussion. Any questions? I'm here.
By the way, did you make an exhibition? How is it? Everything is on screens. It's digital.
It's a physical location, so it's
but in the physical, it's by screens. How do you present the art?
It's 50-inch plasma screens flipped in portrait mode. So we take the images, flip them so they can fit on a screen that's supposed to be in landscape, and then we just render the files to look good on plasma 4K TVs. And it's a constant work in progress, because everything in this space is new. Yeah. Everything is like the first it's the first time it's ever happened. So it's constantly fine tuning, tweaking your method, and doing what you
there are.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gardner, but I love hearing you say that, because I think a lot of people sometimes don't recognize just how new this space is, and how all of us are still kind of trying to figure out where exactly it's going to go and how best to engage in this space. And it's really cool to hear the interesting, different ways that people are, coming up with ideas to, integrate all of these ideas into our lives and what we want out of what we're doing here?
Well, I think like number one, because when it comes to onboarding, you know, I've had multiple people come into the physical digital art gallery, and they're like, how am I going to display my NFTs in my home? You know, like you want to be able to show off your art on your walls. And that's kind of been the mission that I've been on, is coming up with solutions on helping people who are interested, and either artists or collectors, and, you know, and just basically there's no one route that's like, there's no one way for anyone, you know, just like how there's a bunch of different marketplaces. Every marketplace, every person has a place in this space. It's about finding it and just never stopping until you really figure out which route is meant for you. You know, like some people are going to go on ETH, some people are going to go on Poly, some people are going to go on Sol, you know, and there's no really right or wrong way. It's just about making it like kind of a seamless process to where you're not like hitting your head into a brick wall constantly.
Yeah, definitely. It's that's one of those things. I think when you do start to understand all of the different platforms that are available to you, in which you can purchase NFTs, then that's when you start going, oh, what should I do? What's the difference? And tying that back to the newcomers, new people in the space, you know.
I think at the very beginning it can be almost overwhelming when you see not only all of these different platforms that you can, you know, buy NFTs on, but then all of these there's so many different projects, and they're all doing different things, whether it's art or they're trying to provide some kind of utility. I think for newcomers, it can often be really overwhelming trying to figure out, you know, what am I supposed to be doing in this space? And like, what is valuable here? And it'd be interesting to hear maybe later some of our community's experiences about, like, you know, how they have distinguished good projects from bad. And yeah,
definitely.
I honestly find it's very difficult. It's not like, I mean, it's not difficult, but it's just about like, you know, you're going to get projects that are going to be like, you know, it's kind of like a hit and miss, you know. It can be a very overwhelming experience coming into the space, as there's like hundreds of collections dropping every day now. And what's a real project from a not real project? Is the community a good community, or is it real? Is the follower count real? You know, there's a lot of research that has to be done, you know. And you know, it's about like, I think first and foremost is coming in here and connecting with the right people. And then, you know, like you have a little community of your own, and then, you know, you make, like, literally I've made all my friends are in the NFT space now, you know. Like when it comes to friends in the real world, I have a lot of naysayers and all that stuff, but I love this space, and it's about connecting and collaborating, and, you know, really finding real people that are out there that are doing the same thing that you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, Luz, thank you so much. I mean, you've explained something already, you know, the fact that it is possible with with what you purchase. I mean, to someone who's new and doesn't quite understand it yet, when they hear the fact that they can purchase their NFT, and then there is a possibility for it to be displayed on a 4K plasma TV in a gallery, you know, when they could possibly do that in their own home as well, that's already something that they can that maybe new people don't quite understand straight away. You know, so thank you for that, for sure, and thank you for coming up. Really appreciate it.
No problem. I just want to leave you guys with one thing. If like for smaller display solutions, if you look up Infinity Objects, they sell small display units running at about I'm pretty sure about $100 US, and it comes with your little NFT. If you look at Beeple's display units, they have the same ones, much cheaper, where you can just like send them the NFT and they'll mail you the display unit, and you can
I actually spoke with Infinite Objects about collaborating with them, and they told me it will be possible in the next few weeks. They have amazing products.
Yeah, exactly. And then even pushing the boundaries even further, if you look at Portal Hologram, They did like the Migos album drop. They did, and it's basically a holographic display unit. And they're coming out with a 1 foot holographic display unit box. And I'm pretty sure it's coming out like fall of 2022. So like,
oh, that's so cool.
In a few, they already have a 7 foot display unit available for leasing. And then they're coming out with a smaller version, kind of like some Star Trek stuff where you can beam your asset into this box.
Unbelievable.
So cool. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, we're moving. The space moves fast, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's why anytime I take a day off, I'm like, okay, what have I missed? What have I missed? But I just want to say thank you for bringing me up here. I'm around. You can hit me up. I want to connect with all of you. I love the Desperate Apewives project, and anyone that I really am bringing in here, I'm kind of guiding them to that collection as of now. So, love it.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Luz. Thanks for talking to us.
That's awesome. Thanks, Luz.
Have a good morning, guys.
Take it easy. Bye-bye. Right. Awesome. I mean, that's already some knowledge for people who are new. You can already do crazy things with the NFTs that you own. I wanted to move on to something in regards to what the current state of the market is. That's another thing. It's of course, people have their opinions on, as we all do, on the current state of the market, but I think it's fair to say that it's the current state of the market. We're at a bit of a level ground. We're kind of just moving right now. Something needs to happen, and it feels like something's building up to happen in the entire NFT space soon. So, what are our thoughts on that?
First of all, I just want to say that if anyone from the community wants to come up and and speak about what Mr. Gabe is referring to, so he's more than welcome, and also to offer your ideas about similar issues. I think that with regard to the market, in the past 3 weeks, we came out 3 weeks ago. It was just on the edge there between the they say that we are in a bear market, but so. But I'm not sure it's really a bear market. Maybe it's more of a downstream a bit. But I think that we were, on the edge there, and we sold out, and people are say that most of the project didn't, or a lot of them didn't since in the past few weeks. So I do understand that there is a downturn, so to say, but I believe that it has to do a lot with the ETH and Bitcoin prices, which they went down like 15%, I think, from their all-time high in the past week or so. So it is a very volatile market, but and I think that the volatility comes from, and Morgan, you asked what are the differences. When you buy a physical art, it's not tradable with the click of a button. It has pros and cons to it. I think that the benefits of having it so liquid is just if you want to sell like any currency, you simply sell your asset. The con here is that if, for example, the Bitcoin or Ethereum price goes down, the prices should go up, but in general, when things happen in the market, it can generate a wave of people that maybe they're panicking or whatever, and it's very easy for them to just get rid of the so-called asset, whatever it is. And I think that this easiness is not so good in most times. When you buy a Picasso and put it at home, if you want to sell it, it's a process. Right. There are a lot of differences. I think that the market will turn up rather sooner than later in the next few weeks. I think that we already felt that with a few with a few, if it's currencies or others, everyone are waiting for the Ethereum 2.0. Hopefully it will come, very soon, because the gas prices and fees are killing us all in a way. But
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gas wars are incredible right now. It's horrible.
No, it's not sustainable.
Remember when gas fees for buying something was like under $100?
Yes, I mean, I didn't appreciate it back
long ago.
Yeah. That even to do an airdrop for zero amount, I mean, when the price is zero, it's between $40 and $60. Imagine that, just to airdrop.
That's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
It's robbing. Absolutely robbing. Right. So, yeah, that's awesome. We've got a few people who have requested.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we let them on? For sure. I think the girl in was first. There we go. You should be able to talk now.
Yes, I do. Hello, guys. I hope everyone is doing great.
Yes.
Thank you so much for letting me in.
Yeah, hope you're well.
No worries.
That is such a pleasure. Honestly, I've been listening to you very carefully, and there's just one thing that I'm wondering about, which is, first of all, it's about the project before I get to answering your question, which is, why is the team is not 100% females?
Wow, that's a good question. Why is it not?
So, Gardner, do you mind if I
go ahead.
speak on this just a little bit? My question would be, why should it be?
Because
right?
I thought, as a female myself, I think we're much powerful just as much as male, and you can get my point because you are as well. And since the project is whole based on a female point, then I thought at least it should be 90% like a female-based team. Which, when I heard Mr. Gabe talking, it was a bit surprising because this is the first time I'm hopping on a call with the team. So, yeah.
Oh, Gardner, you're
I think I'll tell you
one of the main leaders behind this, but go ahead.
I'll tell you something. In the end, when the idea came into my mind in, I think it was early August. I mean, I cannot help it. It came into my mind and not to a female or someone else. Mm-hmm. I think, when you mentioned Mr. Gabe and we have Morgan here and we have all the other team members, for me, it doesn't matter if it's a female or a male. I'm looking for good people to join me along the way, Sorry?
Did the whole project start just from an idea? I mean, I've read it on the website. It says it started with an idea and an ape. And the thing is, it was quite impressive because it's really nice to see how you got together a team that is passionate about making such beautiful and powerful project in the space. So I congrats you for that, first of all.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you said you're looking for other people to join you, and how is that? Where are you headed? I mean, the idea is out there, the project is growing. It's really amazing to see how it's growing every day, and it's becoming more powerful, and the community is also growing. And is there anything in your mind that this will be huge in the future? Like, do you get what I want to ask?
When you were connected, is there anything in my mind that this will be?
Yeah, like, what is on your mind? Where are you headed? Where do you see this going?
Where am I headed? When I grew up, I always looked to the stars, so to say. I mean, I don't, if I went to an exam when I was a kid, I imagined that my teacher wrote 100 on my exam. So I'm always shooting for the stars. I'm mediocre. It's not. I'm not this kind of person. So with the Desperate Apewives, since it's 1,000% of what I do. I don't want to brag. I don't want to say things that he's dreaming. But I do think that we have the ability to be very influential within the NFT space. And as we say always, we want to bridge the NFT space with the business world. It's something that I'm working on every day, all day. And I believe that when we will reach this milestone, it will be a game changer, in the industry in a whole.
Do you mind if I ask that if you are coming from an e-commerce background, because it is very fascinating to see the first project out there with a new idea and the thing that it is headed to merge with business world and make profit out of it, such as the example of cosmetic brand, which is itself standing from just having a merch store, and it's standing. So
I'm not coming from the e-commerce world. I am an entrepreneur. I mean, I've been involved in a few startups personally, and also invested in others. I come from a strong artistic background. I mean, my family are collectors, and so it's my whole life was the combination
around
of art and technology.
Right. So you grew up in that, and that's what led you to where you are today, or that's what led this whole project to start in the first place.
100%.
Yeah, and also I want to mention that there is no problem with imagining and dreaming, as you said. You said I don't want to tell people that I'm dreaming, but I think dreaming is what makes us keep going every day, because you're just going to continually see people doing better in this space than you, and that's okay, because your value isn't just tied to anyone else but you, and because you make art and you make connections at the same time, and you hold, like, your life depends on it. And that's what I think everyone should know if they are just starting out in this, because it is very hard to just get in, and if you don't have the passion for this, then you're in the wrong place.
Correct. And I can tell you that this is also a very good point, and it relates to one of the earlier points with Mr. Gabe and Morgan spoke about newbies in this space. I can tell you that I invested, and I still invest, a lot of time on answering people in our Discord and on Twitter, and I try to, it's difficult because there are hundreds of DMs, but I'm trying to get to everyone and answer. I mean, for example, the other day, there was a lady that she bought one of the DAWs on OpenSea, and OpenSea crashed. And she was so nervous because she didn't see her NFT in her wallet and on OpenSea because it was crashed. So I asked her to send that I will be able to check it, because I knew the problem. I checked it on Etherscan. I made sure that the deal went through, and I told her that she shouldn't be worried because Etherscan is what counts. And I think that I was able to calm her, but because I felt her stress. So these kind of things, we are trying to be available for everyone, but it's not easy.
I know, especially if there is a small team behind all this, and it's still growing, and it's still giving their best out there, because whenever you give to the community gives you back. And I would like to know, what is the one thing that you wish someone told you before entering the NFT space or even starting this project?
What do you mean? What is the one thing that someone told me?
No, I mean, what is the one thing that you wish someone have told you before you enter or you start this?
Wow, that's a good question.
That is a great question.
I only make good questions. Don't worry.
Morgan, if I would have asked you that, what would it be? Wow, let me think.
Oh my goodness, it's a very hard question to answer. But I think one of the things that I wish maybe someone would have asked me is, why are you getting into this space, right? I think it's really important to understand your own motivations and what you're looking for, right? Because if I'm getting into this space just because I'm an art lover and I want to collect beautiful things, how I go about things is going to be really different from if I'm an investor looking for a startup like this project. So yeah, I think that's one thing that I wish I had been more clear on for myself going into the space. Yeah.
I think that also, if someone told me before I got into the creating the Desperate Apewives, how much time and effort it would take, probably it would have happened. So I'm not happy that someone whispered in my ear. But I can tell you that I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm very happy of being able to bring the Desperate Apewives to where it is today. I'm very excited of where we're going. I wasn't in NYC NFT. I wasn't in the events, but I'm very excited about Miami. I think that the amount of hype there is around the NFT space. I mean, only in Art Basel, Art Miami, these old and big events, they're gonna have a lot of room for NFTs, which is unbelievable. That in less than a year, this entire industry changed, and this is a very exciting times to be in. The fact that we are going to be there, and we are gonna, we will announce more in the next few days about after we will finalize all our program. But the fact that we're gonna be there, and hopefully we'll see, many of you there, is also very exciting because we have lots of things to show up there. We're working on it right now. And so I think it's an amazing time to be in.
Yeah, the hype always dies, and that's why we try to focus more on art and ignore the hype on this space just to live in, as much as if the project is based and built on a long-term, ideas, and we put efforts in it.
Yeah, what I meant by hype is not around the Desperate Apewives per se. It's more around the NFT technology and space and what it can bring to the art world and different industries as well, because NFT can be utilized in many industries, and I think that art is only the beginning for that. So I mean that the entire NFT space and the NFT word by itself is very exciting. So I mean, to be able to be a part of it with such an amazing community together is amazing.
Yeah, also the metaverse announcement of multiple big tech companies was a big change for this space. It just opened the eyes of a lot of people to get in and see that the world is changing. It's not going to stay the same. I mean, in times of change, just human inherits this internet, and they have access to internet, but they forgot that one time we had no internet, and the idea of the internet itself was it was not really like you can get it into your mind as much as you hear, for example, NFTs right now, selling arts and buying arts online, digital things, crypto, wallets. It's Wild Apes, like the whole project of Desperate Apes focuses on getting back to the community with, as I already mentioned, the e-commerce and the brands, and
I think it's
also
only the beginning with that. One day we will all sit with Oculus on our faces and we look at each other as if we're standing right next to each other.
With
but I think it will take a bit of time. In the end, we are human being living, in the physical world. I don't want to let go of that, not yet. But yeah, exciting times are ahead of us.
But how do you see the NFT merging with the metaverse in the first place as a virtual world instead of the reality one?
That's a good question. I think it's already happening right now. When you can buy land and you can have contractors to build you a house or a gallery or a building. So these are already in place. I mean, even with games that you can buy certain things as an NFT and then resell them. So I think it will be part of our life no matter what in the future. And this will only evolve with time.
Right. I think I had enough. What was your name again? Just...
Sorry?
Yeah, what was your name? The Gardener?
Yes, the Gardener.
The Gardener. Keep gardening this whole amazing project. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
It's really amazing and fascinating to see such people in this space like you. So yeah, thank you guys for having me. I hope you have an amazing day or a beautiful evening if you're in Europe.
Thank you.
Like me. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Right. We've got a few more people that have come up. So I think we'll dash straight into them and get them up. Shirley, I think, is next. But there's some great questions there. Thank you. So Shirley. Hey, what's up, Gardener? How you doing, brother? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I was actually wondering, do you think we'll see in the near future breeding functionalities with Desperate Apewives and the Ape Yacht Clubs?
This is a question that was brought up a few times before. I just want to make... I want to say that we are not affiliated with the BAYC or Yoga Labs in any way. What we wanted to do is to lay the ground for two communities two communities that don't have to be the Desperate Apewives and BAYC, but two communities to be able to collaborate together and from a technological point of view.
100%. And what do you think about like Arbitrum and like this layer 2 of the Ethereum?
In what way?
Like building projects on that and like dumping ERC 721.
There are lots of ideas out there. I cannot tell you that I've been researching it fully because I'm 1,000% on DAW and how to evolve that and how to push it forward. I'm 100% now on, maybe not 100, 1,000% now on Art Basel Miami, Art Miami, and being in Miami and construct this. So, but I can certainly check and get back to you about that.
All right, for sure, 100%. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And what do you have any like upcoming projects or upcoming events or any upcoming influencers that are working with DAW that you haven't spoken about yet?
We are currently working on finalizing our events in Miami, and we will announce it shortly as soon as we close everything. We did debut only 3 weeks ago, and we are a bit late to the event because everything was closed months ago. But we were able to work a few things around. I think that there are very exciting things, both from an exhibition point of view and gathering and so on. So we are finalizing these in the next few days, as I've said. With regard to influences, it's something all the people that were engaged and are engaged in our community that you consider influencers, they came from their own will. I mean, they decided to come. We didn't contact them. We didn't collaborate. I can tell you that we do, as I mentioned, it's also on our roadmap. We do have collaboration with two DJs, international DJs, famous ones that played in all the biggest stages in the world, including Tomorrowland. We will expose a few things in the next week, like teasers, and hopefully in Miami we'll be able to reveal what we've worked on. It's amazing. I think that all of you, all the community, will be excited about.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I love this community. Even though I have my ape listed, I'm looking to buy it back in and sweep the floor. But I love the community, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. But I also have one more question for you. My last question.
I appreciate you giving us all this knowledge. I'm an aspiring NFT creator too. I'm trying to put a team together. How do you go about interviewing Solidity developers and putting a team together? A solid team.
It's a very good question. There are not a lot of people with experience in this. A lot of very skilled developers that they are more than able to work in the NFT space, if it's on smart contracting or for Solidity or even generative art and so on, but they're not experienced. My tip or my 20 cents for you is that, I think that the fact that you will have an in-house developers and artists and to build a team that will be together and they're at all times for the future is very, very important.
100%. And I was also I was just about to, I started learning actually about it myself. I realized, I don't know how accurate or how good the code will be, but you can copy open source code off Etherscan, for example, the Desperate Apewives, your project.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I can go copy the code off Etherscan, and then I throw it into the terminal, and then I can edit it and change the prices and stuff and make it towards my preferences, my needs. Is that true?
I understand. I'm not a developer, so I cannot tell you 100%. It's not my expertise. I understand that all the code is visible on Etherscan. I cannot tell you. How can you use it or not use it? It's not. It's not my expertise. I think that it's just very important. No matter if you can copy things or not, it's very important to have skilled, teammates. Archer is an amazing artist, and he's been a professional artist for the past 7-8 years. So it's also about how to create the characters. It's also you have a lot of rules behind it. There are a lot. We have been doing a lot of research and reading before we got started or during as well. So I can just tell you that you need to be 1,000% on it in order for something to succeed.
100%. I appreciate your words, brother.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hang around and listen around. I appreciate you bringing me up here. I hope you guys all have a great day.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me. And if anyone's interested in buying my DAW, it is up for grabs. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Take it easy.
So Gardner, I have a question for you. Do you know Archer from the NFT space, or?
No. We know each other.
Okay, so you knew each other before.
Yes. We were friends before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Gabe.
Cool. Yes. Right. That's actually. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I've noticed something, with this NFT space and the anonymity factor about it all. It's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. I find it creates suspense and it keeps people on their toes, wondering what's next. So it's really cool. Right, I want to bring up.
That's certainly true. I think, unfortunately, it can also create, a lot more uncertainty. When you're investing a lot of money into a project and you don't really know who's behind it, it can be very scary for people, right? And it takes a lot more, I think, action to build trust when you don't know, who you're investing in. You don't know their name, you don't know their face, and I think that is one thing that's very difficult for newcomers to this space is how do you figure out who you can trust when there's so much anonymity?
But I think, in the end, first of all, it's a very good point. This is also why we're doing these spaces. The second thing is that, my first suggestion, so to say, for people coming into the market, and actually we have brought a lot of newcomers. I mean, I personally helped, I don't know, maybe 50, 60, 70 people just to buy ETH in order to come and buy DAWs, which were...
I think that's one of the amazing things about this project is how many people in it are totally new to this space, and I think it's really cool. It creates a really interesting community, and I think one that is very unique, and I love it.
Correct. But I think that, for anyone coming into this space, I think that the first suggestion would be buy what you're willing to live with. It's the old rule of the traditional art world. I still look at it as art. I mean, so no matter what happens with the project in the end, it is art that you are buying into. So buy something. It doesn't matter if even in those big projects, even myself, sometimes, as I said it before, I look at the collection and I say, wow, she's beautiful. I have to buy, no matter if she's number 9,976 or number 60, For me, it's about the aesthetics.
Absolutely.
So I think that should be the first decision that you make, that you want to have it because you want it. You understand?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You definitely have to have a further connection with the art, almost.
With the idea, with the art, with the concept. And then it's like Ethereum. I was on Spaces one time, and they said if Ethereum prices went to zero, it means that our NFT is worth zero. And I said, no, it's not, because in the end, it's art. I mean, okay, so you won't be able to sell it on Ethereum, but maybe you'll be able to sell it in dollars or euros or whatever, or maybe you won't have to sell it, but live with it. So in the end, it's an asset that you can hang on the wall, that you can have on your iPhone, that it's yours, and you can live with it. And this is what is amazing about it.
Absolutely, definitely. Sentimental value is important, for sure.
Maybe it's for me, because I come from a collector's family. I once heard.
Oh, absolutely, I do too. So I completely understand that perspective. I won't, I don't care how much hype is around a project, or what their plans are. It seems like it's going to make a lot of money. If I don't. At the end of the day, if I don't connect to the art and I don't love the art, I won't buy it, because that's something that, at least for me, is really important.
Yeah.
I want to love what I'm buying.
Totally.
For sure. Right. Should we, I think there's one more person who's requested Sway Max. Should we, let's get this person up. Hang on a second.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Great. No, I just want to say thanks for having me on, and congrats with the success the project has had so far. I guess I just wanted to circle back to one of the initial questions, things you wish you would have known kind of coming into the NFT space. I think one thing for me, and that I've learned over time, is it's kind of important to kind of filter out some of the noise and some of the kind of quote unquote flashy NFT projects that, sometimes overpromise and underdeliver. So I think just as I've kind of navigated my way through the space, it's become increasingly important for me to, find a dev team that, is willing to put, their reputation on the line and come out and do, things like these spaces on Twitter, for example, and interact and talk with their community, and, not just, promise, 100 ETH or whatever giveaways, bi-weekly and stuff like that. So I think for me, as I've kind of learned, it's important to have a strong community, and also just, have a team that's fully in and willing to be transparent and communicative.
Actually, you are 100% right. I totally agree.
Communication is key. It's something I've always kind of gone by. Communication is key with everything, and I think there's one way of communicating by talking in general inside our Discord and via Twitter messages and stuff like that. But there's another way of actually communicating with people and asking questions, like these spaces and the Discord AMA does. So
Yeah,
absolutely agree.
100%. I think too, it's like when you're just behind a keyboard, it's easier to not see the developing team as people, and to just kind of expect things immediately. I mean,
that's very true.
Like we all know things in the NFT space move at absolute light speed. But I think when you actually get on here and you talk to the community, it becomes a lot more clear as to like what the overall vision of a project is, and kind of realize like, hey, like these are people too. They're working on this as hard as they can, and you kind of see people more as human beings, and rather than just like a picture behind in a Discord chat, which is really important for me.
Yes, that's a very, very good point, and it's very, very true. In general, also for celebrities and on before NFTs even, the thing of, it's very easy to be behind a keyboard and write whatever stuff. In the end, there are teams who are there. No matter if they are there, what their intentions are, but they are working hard. It's not very easy to understand, which team and their intentions, who to go with. This is also, again, why we're doing these spaces and AMAs and so on. But in the end, as you say, there are people. I think that respect should be the first thing. I think that if someone has, questions or concerns or whatever, it always worthwhile contacting the founders or mods or things like that before you're asking other people, because maybe there would be good answers to those questions, and a lot of misunderstanding can be overcome, which is a very good point. This is also something that I want to say to newcomers in this space. And if you write to founders or mods and they do answer you, it's amazing, because it means that they care about what they do. And if they don't, that's a different story. But yes, it's a very good point.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me up here. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I love your banner, by the way, on your Twitter.
Thank you very much. Credit's not to me. There's a few people in the Discord that are excellent at making memes, so all credit to them.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you very much for coming up, Max. Appreciate that. Awesome. Right. We've been going for almost an hour here. Does anybody else have any questions or want to kind of touch on what we've spoken about? How sometimes it's a struggle to come into the NFT space at the beginning until you really find some reliable people and you build relationships and stuff.
One thing that I just want to say to our community is, that we're always here for you. If you have questions or anything, come to any one of us, send us a message, jump in the Discord. And that's something that I've noticed about our Discord specifically that really stands out from some others, is that someone jumps in with a genuine question. And if you ask in a nice way, everyone will try to help. So if you have any questions, if you have doubts, if you're not sure if this message that you got is real, just come ask us. We're here for you. We want to see everyone in this space succeed along with us.
For sure. Thank you for that, Morgan.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you. I think we've got a request here as I lose my words, but let me pull Chris up. I think he's from Mexico, if I can see that correctly in his bio. So.
Yeah, photographer.
You should be able to speak now, Chris, if you unmute yourself.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys?
Yeah, really well.
Great. How are you?
Doing good. So I just wanted to touch base on, some of the things that you guys were talking about, especially when it comes to trying to, find a place in the NFT space. I haven't really been doing this for much long. Like I've been listening and paying attention to things since, I started seeing it pop up my timeline sometime in February. And, I've been joining spaces, trying to gain some knowledge on, everything about NFTs and, just trying to pick up on it, because at first when I was seeing it on my timeline, I was a bit confused and, I just didn't know what it was. But, the more I started joining these spaces and hearing people talk, I started gaining some knowledge from it. So like once I felt comfortable enough that I felt like I had enough knowledge on NFTs, I tried to put out a collection of my own. It didn't do so well, not surprised, because I feel like with my job, I have a 9-to-5 job and I'm an account representative. So my focus is, on my company or the company that I work at. And, I spend the entire day talking to customers, trying to sell furnaces, air conditioners, because I work at an HVAC company. So my entire focus is talking to these people. And I feel like because of my job, I'm not able to be a part of these spaces as much as I want to be. And, because of that, I feel like, that's why not that many people kind of like pay attention to like my work or anything that I try to share. If I post a collection, it kind of falls on deaf ears. And, trying to build friendships in this space is pretty difficult because of this job. So, I try to join when I can, especially after I get off work or during my lunch break at work. I try to tune into any spaces that are going on.
Wait, Chris, can I ask you which kind of art are you making? Is it photography? For the NFT space, I mean.
Yes. I am a photographer. I'm based in Chicago, and that's all I share is my photography. So I put up a collection like 2 months ago for like my photography. But yeah, so I'm strictly a photographer.
Yeah. First of all, from my experience in the NFT space, there are not a lot of photography collections or photography NFTs out there. I mean, some platforms are not even accepting photography yet. I do see a lot of place for photography. I think it's an amazing tool and technology for photographers to be able to sell NFTs and their work. I totally understand where you're coming from the fact that, I thought I posted my work, but I mean, no one came in a way. I think that it's exactly what I said at the beginning. It's a lot have to do also with pricing and understanding the market and maybe having someone next to you that maybe has a bit more experience and that have done a few things in the past in this space, although it's not such a long, it doesn't exist so long. What I'm trying to say is that this is exactly why we have the artist collaboration program that we've opened and worked already, and we're working already on it. And we are asking for, we haven't thought about photography, to tell you, to be honest. I mean, but what we are doing is collaborating with artists in order for them to make a so-called the derivative of the Desperate Apewife or their version of the Desperate Apewife to be able. So this will be the collaboration. We will use our resources to promote this collaboration and this art, so that they will be able to then drop it and sell it, and all the proceeds will go to them. So this is also something that we are doing, and if you find any way of integrating your art and your photography with the Desperate Apewife project, we'll be happy to have you on board on our collaboration program.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, just one of the questions that I really just wanted to touch base with you guys is, what do you recommend for someone who is not able to really be in the space or be as active as like other people in here? Because I do, want to be in this for the long run, but I feel like because of like my job and like some of the restrictions on being able to be on Twitter all the time compared to other people, some people don't really take me as serious and they'll think that I will be in this in the long run. So I just wondered, like, what advice do you guys have for that?
Yeah, I understand. Actually, I totally understand this point. I also I felt this point as well. I mean, some of the people here, they made it their life job, so they're here all the time. I think that what you can do is, first of all, if you have special accounts that interest you, you have this notifications icon, the bell over there that you can click, and then every time they engage, you get a notification. Second thing is that we, for example, we record all our spaces and AMAs and so on. So then for people like yourself that you can then go on YouTube and hear it. We post everything then on YouTube. And yeah, this is more or less, I mean, to try as much as you can. This is how it's being done now. But also don't let it take your enthusiasm from the space, because in the end, it's not only about being on Twitter all the time, and you should still have the enthusiasm and willingness to move forward.
And also, Chris, I also just want to add on to that, onto what Gardner said. You know, when you are not at work and you do have time to jump on your phone and check out the Discord or something, or check out Twitter, we have such an awesome community that will, if you ask, what's happened today? Has anything happened? Like, is there any news, any new info, or anything like that? Then if you ask them, I'm sure that there'll be more than one person who will be able to give you like a little breakdown if there's been any announcements or anything said. And if it's not them, it's one of the moderators or one of us. So for sure, like even if you can only spend half an hour or 20 minutes a day on the chats and stuff like that, that you'll always be received well if you've ever got any questions or stuff or anything when you do have time to jump in and get involved with the space.
Absolutely.
No, definitely, I agree. And like I said, I'm doing the best I can to be as active as I can, and eventually be a collector myself. Because one of the hopes was once I start finding my collectors and I start making some sales, then I could start putting that into photography NFTs. That's one of the biggest goals. I do have some photographers that I follow that I've already, have my sights on. But, I guess one of the other problems is, like, because I'm not as active, it's kind of hard to find my people in the space. Like, everyone has, like, these Discords and group chats that they had set up. But, for the most part, I'm not really in any group chats or any Discords or anything. So it's also, sometimes there's days where I feel overlooked because no one's really supporting me as much as I thought they would. So, it's just another thing that I'm trying to overcome while in the space.
Well, I will say, get inside our Discord, and we'll welcome you with open arms for sure. And
Absolutely.
I say that on behalf of I think everyone, in the community for sure.
Yes.
So
I think we really make a point of making sure that everyone who comes into our Discord and joins in feels welcome and supported, and we really want to see them do well. So, and I notice, at least, even the people who are in the Discord for 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, I notice them, and I make sure that they know that I notice them, and I know the rest of the community does the same. And so, yeah, join us.
Yes.
Do you guys have like a link I could check out, or?
Yeah, Mr. Gabe, can you put that up on top, or I don't know how that works exactly.
I'm sure that maybe I can.
What?
Just put a link up top.
You can do it, or make me a co-host, and I can also do it. Link to where?
To the Discord server.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I think I've got it. and I thought I'd made you co-host.
Chris, I can just DM it to you, or you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see. Accept.
For sure.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, if you could send it over, I definitely want to check it out. And, I appreciate you guys, taking the time to, answer, some of my questions and, also make me feel welcomed into the space for once. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. No problem. Thank you for coming up and having a chat. We really appreciate it. Right, we've got a few more questions. It's 10 past. We've gone over an hour now. Should we answer a few more questions?
Yeah, let's go a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Fatimaz, I believe, was next.
Hi, guys.
Hi there.
Hello. Thank you for accepting my request.
Thank you for coming.
And I'm so happy to chat with you.
Yeah, thanks.
And sorry for my English. Is there any French here?
No, I'm not French.
I guess the gardener is French.
No, I'm not.
Really? Je pense que tu es français.
No, I don't speak French.
Really? Where are you from?
I'm from Israel.
Where?
Israel.
Israel.
Israel is a small country, the Mediterranean.
Oh, yeah, I know. So, guys, I have the first question that I have. How did you find your team?
That's a good question. I mean, the founding team, we knew each other before the NFT space.
Uh-huh.
And then, our amazing team of moderators that became much more now. We were lucky, and some of them approached us. Some of them we were able to find them in the Discord and identify their enthusiasm and skills. So it's a bit of everything, I think.
Yeah, and how did you decide that those people are the right people to join the team or to join you? Thank you.
Most of the people engaged today are people that were here before the drop, and it was much easier to get them on board. But after we dropped, and after, if I may say, the success that we had, and with all the scams went and actually still going on, we stopped bringing new people on the board because it was very hard to identify who is who and if it's real or not real and so on. So most of the people are here since before we dropped. And we are bringing new people on board, but then, we make interviews and so on and try to verify as much as possible who the people are. And I think it's like a normal workplace process.
So if for example, I want to join you.
Yeah.
If I want to join the team, what is the process? Or
you should contact Mr. Gabe.
Mr. Gabe.
Yeah.
Between us, I'm a female, so we have that right, or we need the team that you need to have the equity, equal.
Yeah.
It's unfair to have a project of female NFTs and you have only one female in the team.
No, we have much more than one. First of all, we have Morgan, we have Gigi, we have 5 women devs with us. We have a lot. But we welcome everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a female or a male or what gender you are. We welcome everyone, and so please contact Mr. Gabe.
Mr. Gabe.
Yes.
Yeah, just
sure.
Drop me a DM and we can have a chat.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
certainly.
I will.
Me, Mr. Gabe, and the gardener are the ones, up here speaking and representing the team. But we're definitely not the only ones here, and there are a lot of amazing women that are behind the scenes doing a lot of the difficult work of making this happen. So.
Yeah, your friend. Yeah, I will contact both you, your friend, and Mr. Gabe. And my next question, do you plan to drop another collection soon? So we can...
Yeah, I mean, of course, our plan is to enlarge the community. We plan to do it when from a timing point of view, when it's the correct timing. You know, the art needs to be of the highest quality. So a lot of characteristic needs to get in place. But we for sure we'll do it. Not now. When time will be right for the collection and for the community. You know, we are only 3 weeks since we pop up of the egg, so to say. We have a lot of exciting things coming to the Desperate Apewives, to the collection that we have now, to the community, the amazing community that we have. So, you know, a lot of exciting things are in front of us.
Yeah, sure. What about Miami? Is it a real event you are going to have?
What do you mean real events? There are lots of events going in Miami since from November 30th, including Art Basel Miami, Art Miami, NFT BZL, Central, and a lot of activities are going on there.
The events of Desperate Apewives holder.
Yes, so we will be, I mean, it's not our event, it's not, you know, all the events that are going on, it's part of the program. We are now finalizing ours, you know, our events there, and we will announce it in the next few days.
And I will, one last thing. So, I am new to this space of NFTs, and I just found out your project that really impressed me, and I wanted to buy an NFT, but unfortunately I still can't afford it. So is there any giveaway for the community soon, or for me?
To be honest, I think that the current price is it's not going to stay there for long. I think it's a very reasonable entry point. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have it. We were sold out. I mean, we did do our 5 airdrops. I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I think it is, as I said, a very good entry point right now. We have a lot of exciting things ahead of us, collaborations, things that will only you know, push the price up. With regard to your question about Miami, I am, for everyone that are listening, I am very keen to know who will be there. In order to understand, you know, how many of our community will attend Miami in general. It doesn't have to be Art Basel, but it can be. They can be in Miami during the first week of December. So please, whoever is going to be there, write us on the Discord on the Art Basel Miami channel, and let us know that you're there, so we'll know to contact you.
Yeah, I will. And which event again, please?
Sorry, I'm going to have to butt in quickly. I really apologize. We've got about another 7 requests, and we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes already. All right.
Okay.
If you want to DM me, Fatimaz, I'll happily have a chat to you in the DMs.
Sure,
you can
I
ask any other questions that you have. All right. I just want to make sure we give people equal opportunity to have a chat. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Thank you. Thank you for coming up.
Bye.
Right. So we got quite a few requests in the last few minutes. So I just want to get through everyone. I think Jeremy has been trying to come up for a while. So let's get him up. And then Garner, just let me know when we're done with when.
Yeah, we have, I see, like 5 people, so let's quickly get them up, and then please don't ask more, because, I mean, we're already an hour and 20 minutes. I know, I mean, it's exciting to see how excited everyone else is, but let's have another 10 minutes or so.
For sure. All right. Jeremy.
Hey, guys. How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Just want to say, thank you all for everyone doing such a good job. This community has been tremendous in the last 3 weeks, so I think that, is just important to say. I've been pretty vocal in the chat, in the Discord in the last couple of days about Art Basel, and I'm really pumped to find out that you guys are planning on doing something. I just want to make sure that, my suggestions are being put out there as far as maybe like a mural of some sort, or, finding a business to allow us to paint a big mural. And I know you mentioned, Times Square being a waste of money, and I agree, but I think we could do something affordable in Miami, and I don't think it's too late. But I am glad to hear that you are planning on doing something for DAW specifically, because I think showing face in Miami is vital at this point. The NFT space moves so fast, and there's so much going on there, and if we don't, I think it's a huge mistake. So glad to find out you guys are. If you need any help, I'm there. I have a solo booth at Scope Art Fair, and there's a lot of NFT conferences going on there. So again, I think it's important that you are there, the gardener. I think that's great. I think you have a good mindset as far as connecting the contemporary art world with NFTs. So I think you're on top of it. But I do want to be adamant about how important showing face and letting us as a community have fun doing it, and not everything being behind the scenes. Like, I think there needs to be some transparency. We're 10 days away. Like, people want to make plans, and just a little bit more transparency of the short-term plans rather than moving in silence for the long term. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I want to just say thank you again. You guys are awesome. Gardner, you're articulate, you're smart, and I have faith in you, and I have faith in this community. So that's about it. I'll go back on mute, and I'll let you guys talk. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming up. I just want to say, first of all, about the billboards in New York City. I didn't mean that it's a waste of money. I just wanted to do it in the right time and for the right reason. If it's with a big collaboration or big announcement that we have, that's first. Second, it's not about, now it's not about, you said that everything's around behind the scenes. We are working on clothing everything for Miami. I don't keep the cards close to my chest. I would be happy to share it as soon as possible, and it will probably be in the next day or two, or lastly at the beginning of the week on Monday. I just don't want to announce or to say anything that is not 100% sure. We are working on that. We are working on everything. We will release it as soon as we can. I promise you that we're working hard on, making sure that we will be visible the correct way in a few venues or options, as you said, and as you suggested, and we will let you know privately and to the community as well, for sure.
You're the man, Gardner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Jeremy. Thanks for those questions. Really appreciate it. Right, I'm going to go into the next one. Eine Art. I think it was DK next, I believe. So I'm going to get DK up, and then we'll go from there. DK, go ahead.
Wait, it's connecting. Just a second.
Okay.
Maybe we can bring someone else before until it's connected. And we just bring someone else as a speaker as well, cool. and when he'll be able to speak.
Yeah, we'll bring someone else up as well at the same time. Eine Art, go ahead.
Hi. Hi, thank you. I'm new here, but I've been reading up on the project, and I'm super excited with your progress. I heard you talk about possible collaborations with artists for future Desperate Apewives art. I wanted to know if you're also going to collaborate with other projects. For example, I'm an artist of a project called Either Girls. I'm finishing up the art, and the team is finishing up all the back end work with, and there will be a whitelisting soon. We want to partner up with other projects that also have an equal empowerment for this space and for this space in mind.
and we'll also love to collaborate with with Desperate Apewives.
Yeah.
Sorry, English.
No,
is my
for
second
sure.
language, I'm sorry.
So first of all, yes, we are looking to collaborate with different projects, not in giveaways and so on, because what I'm looking for is real collaboration. So we would be happy to collaborate with the artist behind the project, meaning that the artist will make, let's say, we can discuss this after. But just on top of from
you
the top
think
of my head.
maybe an example would be like making assets for each other, like an Ether E-Girl wearing Dawn-inspired merch, and vice versa? Do you think would be a good idea?
We can certainly
Like
discuss after, but you know what we have, we've been speaking about with other artists, and we've also spoke with other artists behind project is that they will prepare, that they will work on a DAW, on a Desperate Apewife, in their style and concept that relate either to their project or in general. And then we can, drop it together and so on, and maybe donate the money or whatever. But we can, of course, discuss that.
Sounds good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm wondering, you are the founder of the project?
Yes, yes, I am. I am the founder, and I also have my team behind me.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yeah, right now we're working at the website. Is getting already finishing up all the final details to finally get everything done with the. We're doing honoraries as well. We're doing a lot of things. I can't tell you too much right now because
no problem.
Keep some things on secret, but I can send you some links to Discord. We're always sending updates and sneak peeks, and you can follow up on our project as well as I'm following.
Yes, with pleasure.
Thank you so much. That's basically all my questions. Thank you.
Okay.
I think your project is awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you very much for that. Right, we got one more request, Mustafa, and then I believe that is it. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you guys can hear me.
Yeah, hi, Mustafa.
Thank you for having me here, guys. I've been following your guys' project a couple of days before it started its mint. The thing I wanted to present is that LA FinTech and a couple of Ethereum meetups where I have talked about this project I was thinking about making, like the round decal style stickers and handing out as to show them that, hey, not only I own a DAW, but I also want to present here in the local community as at the ETH meetups or NFT meetups here in LA, Santa Clarita, maybe Coronado area down towards San Diego, where there are a couple of different events happening with XYO and stuff.
Yeah, we totally agree.
I have noticed.
Understand.
I have also noticed that there is a lot of Spanish speakers and I would say probably like 35% of our overall in US is Spanish speaker, or maybe more. That if there is a Spanish collaborator, maybe we can find in our group, to more evolve Spanish. I would say sizzle in the DAW community. That'll be awesome too. Just wanted to pitch out some ideas on top of my head. And I was just chatting with Gardner yesterday evening, I would say. And thank you for having me on this space. And I'm looking forward for this project to progress.
Thank you very much. And we can continue the talk.
Amazing. Right. Well, I think that's all the requests. All the requests done. Mustafa, unless you have something to say back.
No, I think that
is cool. All right, no worries. Well, thank you, everyone. I mean, that was great. Second space is done.
Yeah.
And
it's great to hear from all of you.
Yeah, amazing to hear from everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. and for tuning in to us for an hour and a half. Really, really appreciate it. These chats are always lovely, aren't they? They're great to hear everyone, how everyone's doing, and just chat about everything going on in the space and about what we are doing. So thank you everyone for jumping on. And anything else to say?
Just, don't forget to let us know that you'll be in Miami if you will be. And yeah, that's it. We had fun. I think that the first objective of these spaces is to have fun, is to know each other better. And we're looking forward for the next one.
Definitely, for sure. Thank you everyone for jumping in, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Gabe. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, talk to you all soon.
Thank you guys. Take it easy.
Bye.